Bernie and
Yep, so
John,
Victory
her sister, it's like
Bar and Restaurant, people. Good day, Empress. How are you? See, you know, YouTube be so funny about, hello, how are you? I'm good. I'm trying to see a suitable place to sit.
So, is it you alone or?
Alone.
Alone? Okay. You can sit in the center. Not the big table. Or you can sit on any of the small ones. Any of the small ones at the front or in the center?
I don't want to be in the center. I want it to be like up against something. And I don't want to take up a big table.
Right. So, that's how it is. Because it's not as cool, it's hot. So,
This is outside? That's the only space? What about up on that brown thing? Is that... I think I'm going to sit out there. Thank you. All right, y'all. So we got a spot. I really hate to bother someone else sitting at the other end, but... Yes. So anyway, people, I hope YouTube don't trip about the jazz in the background. Normally it's louder than that. It's like reggae and all that. But anyway, those seats were too high out there. So I sat there for a while and thought about it. I don't want to be stretching to enjoy my food. I don't want to be doing none of that. Yeah, so we got one more week next Wednesday, y'all. And for real, I don't want to cook all week. I don't want to cook all week, y'all. So, there's all kinds of stuff going on around me. Is my nose real crooked? They are building on the right side of me. They adding on some new parts. So for real, all I hear is trucks and grinding. I can barely hear the jazz, so maybe that'll help with the YouTube thing. Anyway, did y'all see my masterpiece I made this year? You know, every year I try to do a masterpiece. So this is Unikite and Pyrite. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and share. To watch me eat, please. Dinner for one. Remember a couple of videos back, I think it was January, I said my mantra for this year was breakfast, lunch, dinner for one. Nothing's changed. Wait a minute, did y'all hear about, I was just listening to this guy from Ghana, because I love, no, he's not from Ghana. He's actually, he's just been living in Ghana. He had went to Tanzania, and Ghana, and then his wife traveled with him a little bit. But anyway, he's a solid brother. He's a solid brother. And he's always bringing us back good news from the motherland. Well, did y'all hear about this American woman was murdered? American Ghanaian. I don't know how it goes, but that's how they describe it. And she was either 60 or 80. And that's a big gap. Anyway, the boyfriend was 35. And him and another guy, they murdered her. because she wouldn't give him access to use her car. And they were supposed to get married like 2 weeks from now, or next week or something like that. And they murdered her. Well, the police got him. God knows how that's going to go in Ghana. American, you did. They mess around and get away with that shit. But then again, I don't know the laws. I'm just based off the laws where I've been for the last 8 years. And, but that wasn't what I want to discuss. I was reading some of the chat, you know, seeing how the people respond and so forth and so on. And of course, you know how that thing go when it's an age gap relationship. She was too old to be over there, this and that and this. And then 80, and she know that boy wasn't interested in her, but then it was like she was not 80, she was 60. And then somebody said, don't matter what age she was, it could have been her grandson and blah, 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 blah. But I read as much as I could stand, and I said, I'm so sick of hearing, wait a minute, before I go there, somebody said, how you gonna go? Oh, this is what the guy said. The guy that was bringing us the news, the one that I really love watching his channel. He said, I don't mean no harm to these women 50, 60, 70, and 80. I don't think we can throw 50 and 60 in the pot with 80. But anyway, I guess he's saying 50 plus. How you gonna go over there to get your groove on? But they was getting married still to get your groove on. I guess he's looking at it like a way to use somebody and get what you want. And at 50 up, more than likely it's about good sex or whatever, but it can be about love and feeling somebody if they open to respect you as a person, which is rare at 50 plus. But he was saying, how y'all gonna keep going over to these countries expecting these things from these brothers and not expect them to want something from you? He said, you going somewhere with these brothers? He said, very rarely have I heard of a business-minded, money-having, got himself together African brother just marrying an American sister, whether she's older or not. And I thought that was a heavy statement because I said, wait a minute. What I'm really sick of is people trying to act like 50 plus shouldn't be dating. And like they all crumbled up and crambled up. I have you know, honey, listen, ain't nothing crippled and crambled up here. So now I know some of us don't age so gracefully, and most of us do. But people date at all ages. So it's almost like they was insinuating like maybe if she had somebody her own age. See, I know people in age gap relationships. I know people 20 years older, 15 years older, 30 years older, and they're like really doing well. It's rare, but it can happen. But we got too much of the assuming that 50 plus ain't dating for real. Either they somewhere because they lonely and desperate and trying to get some. That shit ain't the case. We're still beautiful in some cases, vibrant in some cases, and still know how to love in some cases. It's always going to be one somebody that has an agenda. I understand that, and we do got to be careful. But goddamn, y'all got to stop assuming that. What? Why? And yes, the young boys be pushing up. They be pushing up all day, every day. I can pretty much cipher through the ones that are full of shit, ain't got shit, looking for a ticket, a meal ticket, a way out, of course. And see, you gotta be careful, because when you let those kind in your life, because I made a mistake and let a few of them, 2 of them in my life like that, ain't had, looking for a way out, oh, this could be good for me too, type shit. No. When you make a mistake and let those in, then you will suffer. You will suffer because they ain't got shit. You are their ticket. So they might murder your ass because you don't let them use the car. Or, you know, shit like that. It's just sickening. It's just sickening on both sides. Some brothers will pay The woman was probably good. I know she was good to your dusty ass, but I'm just saying, why you can't be dusty and still appreciate somebody when they let you in their life? That's all I'm saying. Why you can't? And so he also said something. He said, one person in the chat said, you really gotta be equal to the person you let in your life. Like, it ain't nowhere in the world. Why ain't gonna say nowhere in the world? Because Ashford and Simpson met, he was a bum on the street, they got married, and they lifted each other up, and boom. That's rare too, but it happens. See, anything can happen, good stuff. We gotta stop fucking around. We gotta know when we've let somebody in our life and the person looking for a meal ticket. You got those sets. Then you got somebody. Hello. Thank you. Then you got people that can really appreciate somebody like the Ashford and the Simpsons. Somebody let you in their life. You dusty, scroungy, but you appreciate them so much. You let them love you, and in return, you love them. But these people that they so wicked and greedy and don't know what to do with themselves, I could give you some examples, but I ain't gonna do it in this video. Because I have lived foreign for the last 18 years, which means I've dated foreign in the last 18 years. And I'm telling you, it's some wicked, raunchy, grimy, dusty stuff going on. But guess what? Ain't nobody desperate, ain't nobody lonely, ain't nobody none of that shit. So when you come in somebody's life thinking they that and they not, that woman never had to portray any kind of desperate or loneliness. People just, they wanted her car, they killed her, they murdered her, buried her behind her place on her property. And she's traveling alone, single by herself, just like me. You really gotta be careful with spirits you let in your life. That's the bottom line. And you can't go dating somebody who ain't on your level. You gotta be, I ain't gonna say you can't, because Ashford and Simpson did it, but you got, I just keep using them for an example. And I know quite a few other people that have done it. But you gotta be careful. There's some desperate, hungry mofos out here. Desperate, hungry, and they would do anything. Anything. How you gonna murder somebody? Be careful. I've made that mistake. I've let a few dusty, dirty mofos in my life, but guess what? Valuable learning lesson. Because they can't come near me ever again. Ever again. They mad too. So it's all good, but you know, we still date. We still know how to love. We still know how to love and be loved. Touch and be touched without an agenda. I mean, come on, people. God damn. Please like, subscribe, and share. Share your opinion if you, I'd like to hear from you. Thank you. Have a blissful one.